Welcome to Rachel's Recaps. Today we watched Twilight. It came out in 2008. We were in college, and I think we had to watch it for a class. It was kind of the movie that we all love to make fun of, but also I feel like I secretly enjoyed it, and I know I enjoyed the books, even though they were like terrible teen fiction. So I'm excited to see how it aged, and I remember Bella's facial expressions being so we'll see. This was a different movie experience because not only have I seen it before, but it had some nostalgia because I saw it in college. And yeah, like I expected, it was definitely easy to make fun of. Bella's facial expressions were very moody and angsty and teen. But there were some good moments too. The whole thing definitely falls apart when these two teenagers fall in love, Romeo and Juliet style, and they absolutely have nothing in common and no, any sort of a shared experience except that they're both really nerdy in biology class, and they can identify cell phases in a microscope. So the plot starts with a deer randomly dying. Weird, I forgot about that. Then Bella, who is extremely pale, does not look like she's from Arizona, moves to Seattle. All the kids are really nice to her in high school, which is not normal, but she just kind of gives them a look and says, "I'd like to hang out by myself." She does not know, she should have just been friends with the kids, and then it would have been a really boring movie. Then she sees Edward Cullen in all of his pale weirdness, and he acts like she stinks, and then she checks to see if she has BO, which is really funny. And then Anna Kendrick randomly is there, and they shop for prom dresses together, and she meets Edward's family, and they try not to eat her for lunch, and slowly she figures out that he's a vampire through that, very cliche Googling scene where she, figures it all out because his hands are cold, and he won't go in the sunlight, and, yeah, anyway, but she doesn't mind. She's like, "I'm not scared. I still love you." Now, this is kind of weird sort of love. He's been waiting for thousands or 300 years for her. She's just a random teenage girl he has nothing in common with, except for that cell mitosis thing. And yet they're irrevocably in love. Her dad is a really well-meaning police officer, and he's kind to her, and she's mean to him. But that's a plot point, apparently. They play baseball. She wears a very strange-looking baseball cap. Oh, which brings me to the fact that fashion in that time was simpler and much more flattering. And I miss those shirts that had a hood on it, but it wasn't a hoodie and had buttons down the front. I wish we could still wear those instead of floppy t-shirts and skinny jeans. And after the baseball, the bad guys show up. They're like, "Oh, you brought a snack." They try to eat Bella for lunch. They all go on a random chase through the United States, showing up in her old ballet studio with lots of mirrors that break. So they have 1,000 years bad luck, I think, from all those mirrors breaking. And then she wakes up in a hospital, and they give her some story that she fell down the stairs. And I think that's kind of the end of the movie. Oh, she goes to prom in the middle of it. Oh, the end of it with broken foot. And she dances, even though she's always on about how clumsy she is. And it's a little touching high school moment. And I think that's about it. It was good. Yeah, very, campy, cheesy, and angsty, a full-on dose of teen angst. Boy, am I not ready for that. On a scale of werewolf to vampire, I would give this 20% werewolf and 80% vampire.
If you're enjoying Rachel's recaps, you can like, comment, or subscribe. I'd love to know your thoughts or what movie you would like me to recap next.